What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Healness, across all social media platforms. This is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy like myself, 6 years strong, almost 6 years, and also validate the victims, survivors, and thrivers of said disorder, said toxic traits, said toxic people. You know the deal. Today's episode is going to be entitled, Can a Narcissist Learn Empathy? Woo! Can a narcissist, like myself, self-aware diagnosed narcissist, learn empathy? Ooh, here we go right here, y'all. So I was in Australia a couple weeks ago, y'all. Sydney, Australia. I'm going to be on a TV show. I'm on a live TV show or whatever. It's going to be super cool when y'all see it come out. I'll be posting about it. But there was a psychologist there, and she was talking about empathy. She was talking about the two different types of empathy, which I think a lot of people, some people don't realize there's two different types of empathy, according to her, and it made sense to me. She said there's affective, emotional empathy, and then there's cognitive empathy. Emotional empathy is the ability to feel other people's emotions and experience what they experience. And like if they're crying in front of you because their parent has passed away, you're crying because you're sad as well. Cognitive empathy is like, I see the tears, I see you crying, I know why you're crying. I just don't connect to that. So narcissist, when you hear people say narcissists lack empathy, typically they are referring to emotional, affective empathy. So like myself, I do lack empathy. I lack the affective, emotional empathy. I'm not saying I don't have any empathy, any emotional empathy. I feel like I have limited emotional, affective empathy. I feel like the effective emotional empathy that I do have is for my close people in my life, for my friends and family, people who directly affect me. That's a question I get a lot from a lot of social media platforms. Like, if you can't experience empathy, how do you connect to your kids? I said, I have empathy. I have a lack of emotional, affective empathy, but it's like saved for the people around me. It's saved for the people that I connect to the most, the people that affect me the most, my children, my parents, my mom, my wife, my siblings, the people that are closest to me, my very, very close, my close friends. The emotional empathy is saved for them, And like I said, through therapy, what I realized is that I don't, like I said, my therapist, she would agree. She's like, yeah, the emotional empathy is not there, but through this last 5.5, almost 6 years of therapy, I've learned a lot more cognitive empathy, y'all. I experienced cognitive empathy, which allows me to see what you are going through. I see it. You know what I mean? I see your emotions. I understand your emotional state. I just do not connect to it like other people, like when you were considered an empath or non-narcissistic person. I don't connect like you connect like that. You see what I'm saying? I don't connect on that tip of things. I don't connect under that pretense. I see. It's like people. The way people describe empathy sometimes is the ability to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, right? I see the shoes. You see what I'm saying? I know I can, like, cognitive empathy for me is like, I see your shoes. I see you have on some Nikes, right? I see the Nike shoes, correct? I see the Adidas, whatever I see the Gucci shoes for y'all fancy people out there. I see the Gucci or the Balenciagas. I see the Versace shoes, the Prada shoes. I see them. You know what I'm saying? The Louis Vuitton slide-ons, the slip. I see the shoes. They just don't fit me. I can try to fit into your shoes. I can try to fit into your shoes. I wear a size 13. So I can see your shoes. You have a size 10. I can try my hardest to squeeze my big ass foot into your little shoe compared to me, and it won't fit. You know what I mean? You have a size 8. I got a size 13. It doesn't fit. I see your shoes. We both have on Nikes. We both have on Adidas or whatever shoes. We both have on some K-Swisses. Shout out Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V. But I see your K-Swisses. And I can't put them. I see it. I see yours. I have mine. I just do not. They don't fit me. I have empathy. A lot of narcissists you see might have more cognitive than emotional empathy. You see what I'm saying? Their lack of empathy typically is referring to the emotional affective empathy. Like, and I would say the same thing, and a lot of people would agree. They're like, yeah, narcissists are going to lack emotional empathy, but we can develop more cognitive empathy. And I know people are going to dispute me and blah 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 boo 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 bee bee bee. I get it, Lee. You know what you're talking about. You're not a doctor. I see in my comment section all the time. People's like, where'd you get your degree from? You don't know what you're talking about. Blah 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 blah. Like, shut the like. If I'm giving bad info, prove me wrong. That's why people just come in my comment section talking trash. Like, prove me wrong. Don't just say you don't. There's people with degrees out there that are stupid as hell. There are psychologists and therapists out here that are dumb as hell. They give people horrible information. They give people information that keeps them in toxic, abusive ass relationships. So shut the fuck up when y'all come at me talking about some, oh, you don't know the amount. There are some horrible therapists out there. Not every therapist is qualified the same. Some people get degrees. You see what I'm saying? I just like, y'all get on my goddamn nerves. Shut up. Like, you got some horrible ass therapists out here. Would you rather listen to a self-aware narcissist that is actually trying to help somebody, or a horrible ass therapist that just got a degree to get a degree? Don't know what the hell they talk about, just out here. You see what I'm saying? There are some amazing therapists out there, psychologists out there, like Dr. Ramani. She speaks the truth. You see her hitting on all cylinders. You see it. You know, Carrie McAvoy, PhD, hitting on all cylinders, just spitting it, hitting it. You know what I mean? Those two, there's some horrible ones out here too, though. I'm not gonna list the horrible ones, but you know if you had a bad therapist that has convinced you. You know what I mean? Sorry, sidebar. I had a little rant right there, didn't I? But that's how it goes, though, y'all. I've developed more cognitive empathy through psychotherapy, literally, through exercises, just understanding why I do the things that I do. It takes hard work to get to the point where I'm at right now. And I see, a lot of people, they inbox me just like, well, how can my partner get help? I think he's a narcissist. I think she's a narcissist. I think they are a narcissist. Can you help? How do I get them help? I just be like, there has to be, this is not me being braggadocious or anything like that. There has to be a certain level of intellect for you to become a self-aware narcissist and actually want to work on yourself. I just don't believe you can be intellectually inept, or lack intellect and just be like, you know what, I'm self-aware of my emotions and I'm going to work on them. I'm self-aware of my behaviors. I'm going to work on them. Those are my beliefs, y'all. Y'all can prove I can be proved. Like, yeah, you've proven me wrong. I'm cool with it. I'm okay with being wrong. I'm just not okay with the disrespect. You see what I'm saying? I'm fine with being wrong. I am 100% fine with being wrong. I know that sounds weird coming from a narcissist, but I'm in a different place in my life right now. I'm fine with being wrong. I'm just not fine with the disrespect. Lee, you dumb as hell. Let me tell you how you wrong. Like, nah, whoop. Already. As soon as somebody say, Lee, you dumb, I'm going to delete the comment, hide you from the channel. Nobody will ever see you talk about me on my channel again. So come on now. Come on, let's get it. Like I said, myself, I've been working on myself so long, I've been able to develop more cognitive empathy for other people around me, which allows me, I think, when I'm doing my one-on-ones over Zoom, it allowed the more cognitive empathy and the less of emotional affective empathy actually benefits me in a way because I don't get down to the nitty gritty. If somebody is crying on a Zoom call in front of me, and I see the tears, I understand the tears. I'm like, dang, that sucks. I completely understand. I completely get what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. Doesn't mean I have to feel and cry with them. Like, I'm going to cry with you. No, it's just not me. It allows me to come to them from a different perspective, a different angle. I can break their state. They will be crying. I'll say something to jolt them, and they'll start laughing. That's Tony Robbins stuff right there. But you have to be able to put the work in. You have to. If you're a narcissist watching this, you have to put the work in. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you not connecting to people. They're going to talk about how you hurt people. They're going to talk about how you did your emotional, your lack of emotional empathy is destroying your life and destroying their life because you don't connect to them at all. Your lack of cognitive empathy, because the lack of empathy could also refer to a lack of cognitive empathy too. But people are typically talking about emotional empathy, effective empathy. That's typically what they're talking about. Because I get it. I can stare. People look at me like when people boohoo crying in front of me. I can stare at you while you're crying at me, and I can also empathize with you on a cognitive level to understand, like, dang, this sucks for you. I understand. I got you. I'll give you a hug, whatever. Some narcissistic people who lack cognitive and emotional empathy, they just look at you and probably get mad as hell. You see what I'm saying? They probably get mad at you. Probably try to sleep with you. You know what to fix this. I see you crying. It sucks, but you know what will fix this? Bend over real quick. I'll show you what to fix it. I'll give you a piece of something. I'll take your mind off of it. Now, y'all know that you know it to be true. So you have to, like, if you're dealing with a narcissist, toxic person, or whoever, you have to understand, y'all, that this is how it's going to go sometimes. It's literally, this is pieces, this is part of it. This is pieces of it right here. You know what I mean? This is the dynamic that you have to experience sometimes when you're going and dealing with these toxic ass people. You know what I mean? Some of them will never understand your emotions. Some of them don't care to understand your emotions. Some of them will never understand the lack of emotional and lack of cognitive empathy. Some of them do not give a damn, y'all. Let's be real. Some of them do not give a damn. Some of them don't care. You know what I mean? Because if their needs are being met, they don't care how it affects you most times. I'm not saying they don't care all the time. Most times, if their needs are being met in this situation, in this dynamic, they don't care how it affects you. I think a lot of people need to realize that part right there. Like, they don't care how you feel as long as their needs are being met. They can log out. The empathetic part, they can absolutely log out. So you have to be as strong as you possibly can and deal with it, y'all. You know, you have to empower yourself. You have to heal. You have to be strong. Get through it, y'all. You know what I mean? Get through it. But anyways, y'all, I have more cognitive empathy. I think narcissists, that self-aware narcissists that are actively working on themselves in therapy could possibly develop more cognitive empathy. And then maybe emotional empathy. I don't know about the emotional empathy part, y'all. I can speak on the cognitive part. You know, to answer one last question before I go off here, I know a lot of people are going to ask me, like, would Lee, if you could get more emotional empathy, would you? I feel like I got enough for the people around. I just feel like if I don't want to be an empath, because I just feel like, you ever seen the movie Unbreakable with Bruce Willis in it? Shout out to Bruce Willis. Prayers for Bruce Willis. I just saw he got diagnosed with dementia. My favorite actor of all time is Bruce Willis. So if y'all didn't know, now you know. But yeah, throw me off. You ever seen the movie Unbreakable when he can touch people and feel their emotions and see their past and see the stuff that they've done in the past, right? That's how I feel like empaths are. Like, you can just stand in the crowd, people touch you, you can feel that they go, oh goodness, you're like a highly sensitive person. You can feel too much around. I don't want to be that, y'all. I'm fine with who I am right now. I'm fine with who I'm becoming because I know I'm not a bad person. You know what I mean? I know I'm not a bad person. I know people are going to disagree. Lee, you might not be a bad person, but you're the devil. You're a demon. You're the spawn of Satan. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 boo, 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 beep, beep, beep. Y'all understand this dynamic. So yeah, put the work. If you're a narcissist watching this, put the damn work in. Just put it in. Put the work in. Grind. It's worth it in the end, I promise you. But you have to be the one to grind. Anyways, y'all, let me finish this video, wrap this video up. If you haven't already, go on Amazon, get this self-love journal on Amazon. Lee Hammock, self-love, cop the journal. Get work on that self-love dynamic. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace.